there, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about this HTML basics and structure. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are tags. So an HTML tag is a special word wrapped in angle brackets, usually the greater than and less than signs, then that tells the browser what something is. And then think of tags like labels on items, whereby we have a p tag, so it's called a p tag. It tells the browser that this is a paragraph, and an h1 tells the browser that it's the main heading. So it tells the browser img that this is an image. An example of a tag can have this structure over here, where we have a tag on the left side and then a tag on the right side. Then in the middle we have the text that is represented inside the paragraph as shown above. Then we have what we call opening and closing tags. Most HTML tags come in pairs, meaning we have the opening tag which starts the element, then a closing tag ends the element, has a slash. These are the ones usually where you see a slash before the letter P, then the closing greater than arrow. So the first one is an opening tag, then the other one is the closing tag. Then some HTML boilerplate can explain through a few. Then the HTML boilerplate is the basic structure of every HTML page. So here's how the full boilerplate looks. We have this first line. This specifies what document it is, here with the attribute HTML, and which tells the browser which version of HTML that we are using. And we have these tags over here, HTML, and inside here is where we place our code. The first elements that we have are usually these two main ones, the head and the body. What you should know about the head is that whatever content or whatever elements that you place inside the head will not be shown on the browser, and the main element that is usually shown inside is the title. It has the opening and closing tag. You can have the title over here. It shows that it's the title of the page. Then the other element is the body of the page. This one is where you put all the content that you have of all the content in the browser. So you put it. So how do we create our first HTML file? So we're going to take this step by step, and the first thing I'm going to do is going to be really beginner friendly. The first thing we will do is that we'll open VS Code. If you're using VS Code, you can open your VS Code. Next thing I'm personally going to create a new file, and I'll save it as index.html, and then I'll double click the file and it will open in the browser. So let us head over to VS Code and start with the setup. So over here I have VS Code open, and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a file. Just as I said, we're going to call it index.html, and I save it like this. And now, instead of double clicking on the file, I'm going to introduce you to an extension in VS Code. It's called Live Server, and if you search in the extensions tab over here, and you'll find an extension known as Live Server. You do what? You can install it. It's able to launch a development server with live reload, meaning we don't have to reload the page or double click on the file each time we make any changes. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to create that basic boilerplate on the browser that we are using. But now, in order to use, let me zoom in. Yes, if you want to use Live Server, there's this icon down at the bottom here. It's called Go Live. If you're able to click on it, it will be able to launch the development file. So your file is running right now. right now there's nothing showing, but now we're going to solve that by creating the structure. First thing, so you type doc type, and then we have our HTML over here. We close this and create the HTML. Yes, the closing tag, the HTML is this one. Then we have our head like this. First thing I'm going to create is the title. Close it like this, and the text we put inside is going to be my first website. Just like that, we have given the page a title. Next thing I'm going to do is to create the body tags over here, and we're going to specify an H1, just like that. And I'm going to place in the text hello world, and then I'll also add on another paragraph. This is my first website, just like this. This is my first website. If I'm to reload the browser, so you're able to see the result showing up here. Hello world, this is my first website. Another small thing that I've forgotten here is that we can also add this attribute lang, specify it as en, just like that. So I can call this the basic structure or the basic boilerplate of an HTML page. We usually have this doc type, the main HTML tag, which is this one over here. Then we have the head tag and the body, and then we have a title, and we can have all our content inside the body. So that is how we create the basic boilerplate of a website. So the final thing I'm going to talk about is how the browser reads HTML. Let's get right to it. So this is how the browser reads the code that we have written in HTML and displays everything. First thing that it does, that the browser reads HTML from top to bottom, and then it reads line by line. Then lastly, each tag tells the browser what to display. Like the P tag tells the browser to display paragraph, H1 a heading, then I'll even have the IMG tag which displays an image. All that, that's how the browser is able to display the content on the HTML code in the browser. So that marks the end of today's video. Meet you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.